What are we calling it? Okay. Sorry. Hi guys, welcome to Long Story Short with Tina. Obviously, my name is Tina. These are my co-hosts for today. This is Dip and Chip, and they're my toy poodles. I am a realtor in the Tampa Bay area in Florida. I've been a realtor for about 7 years, been a mom for about, 16 years now. I am a daughter to wonderful Asian American immigrant parent. There are 6 of us in the family, and I am the baby. I felt like a lot of podcasts out there sometimes I just feel like I can't relate. Um, so this is one of the reasons why I created this podcast and just talk about nothing to everything in between. So that way, there are a lot of us out there that I know just can't relate to these popular big time podcaster. And I just want to have a sit, tell you about my day, tell you about my week, give you stories, have guests coming, share their stories with us. And that is pretty much about what Long Story Short with Tina is. I probably know about 4 different emotions, which is happy, excited, sad, and mad. So, growing up, this is my wheel of emotions, and I actually use this pretty much every day. And it helps me to be aware with how I'm feeling and to be able to go through my emotions. And I'm sure a lot of us need this and not really having it. So I'm going to share it with you. So today I am super happy to be doing the podcast. I'm a little curious if anybody's going to watch my podcast. And I want to be loving. I want this podcast to come from a loving place and not judgmental, but just have good stories like having families or friends talking to each other. So that is my emotions for today. So since this is the first episode, our topic of the day is get to know your host, which is Tina, which is me. So a little bit something about me is obviously I'm Asian American. I've been to this country in 1993 with my parent and 5 other siblings. Growing up, when we came to the States, my parent, both of them have 2 jobs. My siblings, they all a lot older than me, so they already coming in to the States having to look for jobs and things like that. When I was 15, I my mom's have a friend who work at the flea market, and she asked if I want to help her on the weekend to help her, just run her shop and keep an eye on for people for her. So I already start working at the age of 15. And to me, back then, it's super normal to do that. I have a 16-year-old daughter now, and I asked her, I said, hey, do you want to apply to Publix for a part-time job? You know what her answer to me is? Hell no. I don't want to do it. I was like, why? It's going to be so much fun. You're going to have your own money. You're going to be able to do whatever you want with that money. But she didn't want to do it. And, her dad thinks that I shouldn't force her. But for me, I was like, no, all you have, after school, you have all this free time. Go do something. But I guess, today I feel like with the way that we're raising our kids, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like because when we were younger, our parent was much tougher on us as far as go out there and start being productive and start doing something that our generations kind of baby our younger our baby generation a little bit. I feel like we because of what we went through with our parent, we kind of shy ourselves away from being our parent and being a little tougher on our younger generation as far as work ethic, as far as, hey, if you're capable of going working, even just for 2 or 3 hours a week, you should do it. And I think that it's affecting our younger generation now because they don't have that drive. They don't have the urgency to be productive. Because why? I mean, we as parents provide them pretty much everything they need. They don't have that urgency. Being a realtor now, it's so different to remember growing up, seeing my parent working 2 jobs and thinking that that's what everybody does. And especially with the economy right now, jobs are just, there's not a lot. And being a small business owner, I go to a lot of networking and I hear other business owner complain about it's so hard to find people. They can't find any good worker. And then on the other side, opposite side of that, is I also doing some hiring myself and talking to a lot of applicant, and they telling me how hard it is to find a job. So where are we missing, guy? One hand, people said I can't find anybody to work. On the other hand, people said they can't find work. So where are we not intersects or understanding each other? If you're listening to the podcast or watching the podcast, give me a comment. Let me know if you're going through the same thing, if you're experiencing the same thing, if you're a parent of teenagers, of older adults, just, let me know. All right, guys. So at every podcast, we're going to have a few short segments for fun. So the first segment is, since I'm a realtor, I will do a real estate rant for a little bit. So hear me out. Right now, the real estate market, especially in the Tampa Bay, Florida area, holy smoke, it is cold. We need some of that in weather-wise, because in the real estate world, everything is kind of standing still. Everything is frozen for good reason. People don't know what they want to do. The real estate interest rate, the interest rate, mortgage interest rate, it's like this, but it's not that fun because it doesn't change that much. Like 6.22 or 6.25, it doesn't make a difference, but it's been doing this, and buyer doesn't know what to do. And especially with the shutdown, everybody doesn't know if they're going to be able to keep their job, being able to put food on the table. So it's hard to think about the biggest investment of your life when you're trying to figure out the little investment in your life, like food, gas, especially with the holiday. It's already November, so the holidays are coming. We have, Thanksgiving, and then Christmas, and then New Year. So for now, guys, my real estate rant is it's not doing anything. So don't feel bad if you're in the process of trying to sell your house or buy a house and you have no clue what to do. Find yourself a good realtor, and that realtor gonna guide you. All right, the last segment is long story short with Tina. I have Nick. He is my producer. Nick, what are we talking about today?
All right, tell me about your recent experience on Hinge.
Oh, I hate you, Nick, for this. So 5 days ago, Nick, who is my producer, and he's like, hey, Tina, you know what you think? I think you should do? I think you should, go and find some, just have some dates. Just go and have fun. All you do is work. You don't have a lot of fun. You should go on Hinge. And guys, I have not been dating for decades. Okay. So I don't know what Hinge is. And I asked him, and apparently it's a dating app. So I'm like, yeah, sure. So I got excited, and then Nick helped me set my profile up. And I guess what I have to do, well, I'm sure you guys know this. You go and you get like a profile of who you're looking for, and then these men pop up, and you're supposed to like heart a story or X out. So apparently Xing out is like you don't think that you're a great match. Holy smoke, guys. I wasn't depressed before this. I was completely happy where I am. You know, in my mind, it's like, well, there's plenty of men out there. It's just that I'm not looking for one right now. That's my mentality. After go on Hinge and doing a lot of X's, it made me depressed because I realized, wow, there isn't that many good or guy that I like out there. That's crazy. So I think I like I like 2 photos, and I must have X'd out about 40. And then after that, I didn't like it. So I went ahead and I
What didn't
undown.
you like about the guys?
It's just their profile, their photos. I don't know. It was kind of weird. I'm not used to like just look at your photo and think whether and then another thing that I don't like is I guess they would write the stuff down like what they're looking for a partner to do. What is up? Like almost all men think that they just want a traveling partner or someone to go to the beach with. I don't know how to swim, and I hate traveling. So, and one of my favorite hobby is gardening, and out of the 40 men that I looked, not a single one of them said anything about gardening or enjoying time with their family or just a quiet time or just want somebody to chill. It's like it's always they looking for somebody to do an activities with. Guys doing nothing, taking naps or activities, getting to know one another. It's an activities. I'm not very what is it called that you're like all into sports?
Athletic?
I'm not very athletic. Like the most athletic thing I do is I pick up dirt bags or cow manure bag from my garden. Anyway, it was really sad, so I went ahead and undownloaded it. So there's my long story short with Hinge. What about you guys? Any long story short that you like to share? Ugh, I can't believe my life is down to downloading Hinge and deleting it in the same day. But Nick said that I'm going to get back on it. So if I ever do, I'll keep you guys posted. I guess what all of this about Tina, what I'm trying to say is I want to create this podcast, a space for me, for you to be able to express ourselves and share the frustration that we have within ourselves, within our family, within our society, within our community. Um, I've learned a lot too in the past 4 or 5 years as a person. I felt like I have so much growth in my spiritual side, and just my philosophy in life is so different now than what it was 5 years ago. So I just want to be able to share what I've been through, what I'm learning, what I'm going to learn, and then at the same time bringing other people in to share their life story, their knowledge, their goal, their just things that we can all appreciate to get to know each other and just listen and just feel like, oh my God, that's exactly how I felt, or I went through that last year, or just give each other the comfort, the support. one thing that I truly believe now is the world is constantly changing, and I feel like it's changing super fast now, constant, instant, in a second. So we who are living in this world with all the changes, we just have to change with it. And sometimes some of us are not comfortable with that kind of change that quick. So I'm hoping that this podcast will give you the energy, give you the motivation, and just know that there are people out there who going through the same thing you are going through, who are struggling the same way you struggle, but who also celebrate the same thing that you're celebrating. And everyone here, everyone in our community, it's out here to bring you up, to help, to listen to your story, to cheer you on, and all of the above. Or sometimes we just want to vent and talk shit and have a good time and laugh and just be stupid. Because you know what? It doesn't matter how old you are, you can definitely be stupid once in a while for fun. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for the first episode of Long Story Short with Tina. Stay tuned for next episode. And remember, guys, this podcast, it's for you guys. You can be my co-host as well. Comment below the things that you want to talk about, things that you want other women to talk about, just anything you want to talk about. Comment below and we'll make it happen. Follow us on TikTok, Long Story Short with Tina, Instagram, Tina Newby, on Facebook, Tina Newby. We will have an episode for you guys each Tuesday. We'll upload it Tuesday. And if you have any other idea or any topic that you want us to talk about, let me know. And I'm going to get guests to come in the future. So stay tuned. Bye, y'all.